Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Ringside Wrestling Entertainment. This is Joel Perez here for your Monday Night Raw review for the date of March 19th, 2018. And we're talking everything that happened on Monday Night Raw here tonight. Most notably, the events that occurred in the Ultimate Deletion match between Bray Wyatt and Matt Hardy here tonight. And I'm going to jump right into talking about this matchup because it even main evented the show. That was the last thing that I expected for it to go on at the very end of the show. That's exactly what happened. The Ultimate Deletion was the final thing we saw on Monday Night Raw here tonight. And it was good. It was good. WWE did a good job with the Ultimate Deletion. I was very entertained in some aspects, and they did a good job. Was it as good as the final deletion between Jeff Hardy and Matt Hardy? No, I don't think that there's going to be recapturing of that magic, especially under the WWE bandwagon. I especially don't think, because a lot of parts of this came across as rushed, and I liked it. I really did enjoy it, and I really did like it. But one thing, there's two complaints that I have. First one is minor. First one is, when was this exactly taking place? WWE was going all over the place with whether this was happening live, right in front of us, or if this was pre-recorded. We don't know, because they were showing clips throughout the show that said earlier today, making it seem as if the final deletion was going to happen live in front of us, or the Ultimate Deletion was going to happen live in front of us on Monday Night Raw. And then you had them show us like a beginning portion where Bray Wyatt arrived, and then you went to commercial break, and they were still in the same position they were before we got to the break. And Michael Cole even told us, what we're about to show you, I wouldn't want to wish on anybody else, as if it's pre-recorded. So that was an issue I have. Where's the consistency there? Some parts you're telling me it's pre-recorded. Some parts you're telling me it's happening live in front of us. I don't understand it. If there's clarification on that, please let me know, because I feel like that part of it, as far as the consistency and the realism as to telling us how this is happening, how this is possibly even keeping kayfabe within the wrestling world, I don't know. So that's one thing that bothered me right there off the bat. I was like, when is this happening? Second thing that bothered me was the ending. There were so many things you could have done for the ending of this match. I mean, just go back to the original final deletion, because clearly we're going to compare and contrast those two things. You had Jeff Hardy jumping off a goddamn cross, a swanton bomb off a tree, or was it a cross? I don't even goddamn remember. It was I think it was a tree. He did a swanton bomb off a tree, fireworks onto the dilapidated boat, all this madness, bro. What happened at the ending of this final deletion? Literally, Senior Benjamin was revealed under the dilapidated boat. He threw a globe into the hands of Bray Wyatt and started singing, "You got the whole world on your hands." And then Jeff Hardy appeared in the background. A couple other folks appeared in the background, right? And it was a very anticlimactic twist of fate. 1, 2, 3. That's not how you end it, bro. They were at the Lake of Reincarnation. You could have done some interesting stuff. Maybe have Matt Hardy continue to throw Bray Wyatt into the Lake of Reincarnation. He comes out as Husky Harris. There were rumors that Bray Wyatt was going to be IRS, turn into IRS, adapt that gimmick. No more Bray Wyatt. Have him thrown into the Lake of Reincarnation, come out as IRS. Have him been thrown into the Lake of Reincarnation one more time. He comes back out as Bray Wyatt, and have Matt Hardy do some crazy stuff to him there. But it was literally a twist of fate. Then Bray was thrown into the Lake of Reincarnation, and Vanguard 1, from the recording from his perspective shows deletion completed, and Matt Hardy takes us off the air saying delete, delete, delete. That's very anticlimactic. And when it came to that, it felt rushed, because you saw some great moments and even some great callbacks to things that we've seen on WWE television in the past. For example, when we got to the Wyatt compound part of this match, right? When we got to the Wyatt compound, and Matt Hardy was pretty much like, recognize anything? And it flashed back to the fire. It showed us clips of those little vignettes that Bray used to show, or that we used to see from Bray back when he was debuting in 2013. It was pretty cool. That was very, very cool. You had a comical moment within this where Bray Wyatt was talking about a mower of lawns and a chair of sit. I don't goddamn know what the hell he was saying. A wheel of chair and a mower of lawns. Absolutely ridiculous right there. And I love the part where he was about to run over Bray with the lawnmower, and Bray just sat up the way he does in his matches. That's a nice callback to what Bray does within his matches. The nice fireworks show at the beginning, that was cool. Where they were at the cemetery, and Bray kept trying to hit Matt with the kendo stick. But again, I feel like you could have done so much more as far as high-risk stuff goes, things we've never seen. And that's one of the parts of this that I liked. It was a different environment. Usually in WWE, you're accustomed to seeing the ring and the backstage area, and it's the same formulaic thing, and that's what we saw for a lot of the night. The same formulaic garbage. It's the ring and the backstage area. Just looking at these new, fresh environments. That was cool. Another thing that I didn't like, perhaps, is the camera angles. I mean, I don't know who shot the camera angles. They came across as very overproduced and over the top as well. Like, there were parts as well where it was a little too dark to see what was going on, where we just see the jackets of Bray in motion in the middle of the match. I mean, I didn't really enjoy the camera angles. It was kind of ridiculous. Kept switching around. There were parts that you seen that it was a clear jump cut to another scene. I mean, couldn't you have done that more fluidly? It felt very rushed. It was filmed in one day on Thursday. I think you should have taken multiple days to film the Ultimate Deletion, and if it ends up being a success, which I hope it does, because I liked a lot of it, I really, really did. I was entertained, I was smiling, because we got to see what's so great about this broken, woken universe fleshed out, and that's something I've wanted to see for a long time, and to many extents, we got that. So I want to see this be a success, because you very well know that this Ultimate Deletion and how it does is a test drive for WWE. If this does well, if they post a clip of this on their YouTube channel and it gets like 2-3 million views, maybe 4 million views, and they see that people enjoy this, that people want to see more of this, there's no doubt that they're going to continue along with this and that they're going to push this to another level and try harder and give us more of these Ultimate Deletion-esque productions. So hopefully this does do well, because there were so many parts of this that I enjoyed, but again, it felt rushed in some aspects, and there were a lot of aspects that WWE could have done better. One of the parts that I was so excited to see about this Ultimate Deletion, with the WWE production behind it, was the high quality and how much greater they can make this through all the money and the budget that WWE possesses. I mean, we got pyro. We got the fireworks back in WWE. They've been missing from Raw and Smackdown and all these pay-per-view events for a couple, a year now? A couple months? We haven't seen pyro since WrestleMania 33. Pyro's back. At least there's that. Anyways, I enjoyed the Ultimate Deletion. I really, really did. There were a lot of parts of it that I enjoyed. I wish we would have saw King Maxwell and Rebby involved in some other way. The beginning of it was Bray Wyatt walking into the Hardy compound and Rebby playing the piano. I enjoyed that. That was pretty cool right there. But I mean, I wish we would have saw it in some other way where Rebby got involved as well as Maxwell, because I enjoyed the hell out of what Rebby and Maxwell did in TNA, and I even have them on Snapchat, and because it's a public story, of course, celebrity story, Rebby Hardy, and it's fun to watch them and hyping up all of Matt's stuff. It's fun. It's fun. You really got invested. You got me at least invested in everything you had with the Broken Universe. I want to see them push that farther. Hopefully they do an angle with Jeff versus Matt, because that's the way it was originally started. So hopefully we see something like that in the future. But Jeff tonight, it seems like he reprised his role as Brother Nero. I mean, we saw at the end when he had the globe in his hands, the bray, you saw Jeff in the background as Brother Nero with the contacts in his eyes, the gray contacts. So this was exciting. This was exciting. Hopefully it goes well. That's what I'm hoping for. I want to see the feedback to the Ultimate Deletion. I enjoyed it. I want to know if everybody else enjoyed it as well. Because at first, everybody seeing Matt Hardy and this broken gimmick when it was TNA, everybody brushed it off as being completely ridiculous. This is one of the most ridiculous things I've ever seen. What lows have the Hardys come to now? That was my original reaction. That was the rest of the wrestling world's original reaction. Then you started to get invested in it. So maybe that's going to be the casual fans and the people who don't necessarily know about this. Maybe that's going to be their initial reaction. And if that is their initial reaction, that scares me. That really, really scares me, because WWE, they don't like to push the limit on things. They don't like to wait things through. If something isn't instantaneously over, they are going to let go. And hopefully that's not the reaction we see, because we saw some promising stuff here tonight. No doubt about it. I loved what they did in some parts of the Ultimate Deletion here tonight, but it still left more to be desired, and that does leave the discussion open, because we could be seeing more of this. This might not necessarily be over. Some people were theorizing before I got on to do this review that we're going to see more of this, maybe continued at WrestleMania, hopefully, because Bray Wyatt was thrown into the lake of reincarnation, and Senior Benjamin stuck his shovel, I guess, in there a couple times. He says he's not here. He's not here. So either Senior Benjamin didn't check enough, or this is going to continue. Bray Wyatt's going to come back as some other type of character. Maybe we'll see a babyface Bray Wyatt come out of the Lake of Reincarnation. That still is a question mark. What Bray Wyatt will we see come out of the Lake of Reincarnation? Maybe this is what brings Bray Wyatt back as the rumored IRS. Maybe this is what brings Bray Wyatt back as a babyface. I don't know, Husky Harris. Maybe we see Bray Wyatt come back and continue the final or the ultimate or the whatever the hell you want to call it, deletion. So it left a lot to be desired, but at the same time, it checked a couple boxes, and I enjoyed it for that alone. Some great stuff in the Ultimate Deletion, but hopefully WWE continues with it and they stick with it. That's what I'm hoping for right now. But of course, there is the rest of Monday Night Raw to go over. And of course, before we do go over the rest of Monday Night Raw, I just want to make sure to tell you guys to make sure to go check out all the other content on the Ringside Wrestling YouTube channel. And the reason I tell you to do that is because there is so much other content to go check out. On top of the Monday Night Raw review that you're watching right now, you can go check out Behind the Mic. That is where we talk about all the news for the week in the wrestling world. This past week, we were talking about the John Bravo accusations about Roman Reigns using steroids. He had no evidence in the video. We talk about that, as well as so much other news that went around over the past week in the WWE. It's not just that main news story, so make sure to go check out Behind the Mic. That was Behind the Mic episode number 58 right there. So make sure to go check that out. Uploaded this past weekend, as well as to go check out your Smackdown live review from last week. We got stuff going into WrestleMania as well as Monday Night Raw review from last week. If you missed it or you want an educated opinion on that or both, make sure to go check it out, as well as to like this video if you enjoy what you're hearing here. Comment, tell me what you thought about the Ultimate Deletion. Did you like it? What are you thinking? Have you experienced what they did in TNA? Tell me about it. I want to hear it. Did you like it? Did you not like it? I want to hear in the comment section below. And of course, make sure to subscribe. Don't know what you're waiting for if you have not subscribed yet to the Ringside Wrestling YouTube channel. Everything regarding the WWE covered right here on Ringside Wrestling. So there's no better place for it. Make sure to subscribe. Make sure to help out because it certainly puts a smile on my face. But I know what's going to put you, or a smile on your faces, for us to continue into this Monday Night Raw review. And that teleports us to the beginning of the show where we got some more Roman Reigns shoved down our throats here tonight on Monday Night Raw. We're going to talk about it. And I just realized, guys, you know something the final deletion really could have, or the ultimate deletion really could have used before we go into it, because I just thought of this? It could have used a good 5 or 10 more minutes. If it would have went 5 or 10 more minutes with all the wackiness going on, because nothing really over the top, unbelievably crazy happened. If it would have went 5 or 10 more minutes and we would have seen something amazing happen, something that you're really not going to be forgetting in the final or the ultimate deletion. Sorry, I keep mixing it up. I think it would have been a lot better. I think that's what would have sealed the deal, and I would have been like, that was great. That was great. But that's it. That's enough talking about that. We got Roman Reigns to talk about, and I really don't want to transition to talking about Roman Reigns because it's always the same thing with Roman Reigns. It's WWE forcefully shoving him down our throats, and the fans, with a brain at least, reciprocating, or whatever the hell the word is, regurgitating, there you go, regurgitating whatever WWE is trying to spoon feed them. And here tonight, they tried to arrest poor old Roman Reigns. Oh my God, he got attacked by Brock Lesnar while he was handcuffed. Oh my God, he was tied to a stretcher, and Brock Lesnar flipped that stretcher over. Poor man. Oh, he's probably so hurt right now. Oh my God. Who the hell thinks like that? Because if you do, you are completely brain dead, sir. Holy crap. This segment was a bunch of force-fed WWE political garbage, bro. Because this segment literally contradicts everything that WWE did last week. Last week, you have Roman Reigns as the man speaking out against the WWE, and then you try to get sympathy on him by suspending the rebel, right? He's supposed to be this rebel. Now, this week, he comes out like Stone Cold Steve Austin. He's beating up the security that Vince McMahon is sending after him. Oh my God. Roman Reigns, the rebellious Roman Reigns, the Stone Cold-esque Roman Reigns. Nah, buddy, I'm not buying it. And if you buy it, you're completely ridiculous as well. Holy crap. This was terrible. This was terrible. I'll give WWE credit. They have the casuals sold on Roman Reigns. And probably 60% of the crowd at one point, or 70 or 80 even, percent of the crowd at one point was booing Brock Lesnar. But it was exactly what I told you. It was exactly what I told you. Because they were not only booing Brock Lesnar, WWE was successful in that, but they were also booing Roman Reigns, and that's what you're going to see at WrestleMania, people. They're going to be booing Brock Lesnar, because WWE has positioned Brock Lesnar as this bad guy who you gotta boo because he's anti-WWE, and then nobody likes Roman Reigns. Everybody sees the corporate agenda with Roman Reigns. So ultimately, what are you doing here? Ultimately, you're deleting both of these men, and you're making the WrestleMania main event a complete dud. That's what you're ultimately doing right there, and it comes across as absolutely ridiculous. I can tell you that much. When the crowd is chanting, "You deserve it," at Roman Reigns, who is being put on a stretcher, when the crowd is doing yes chants, when Brock Lesnar is coming back to beat up Roman Reigns, I mean, yeah, that's a big success. Absolutely ridiculous attempt by WWE to get Roman Reigns over. But then again, what that they have done in the past couple weeks has not been a ridiculous attempt to get Roman Reigns over. I mean, it's the same crap week after week. It's literally the same exact scenario that you had going into WrestleMania 31, but there's no Seth Rollins here to save us, to the point where people on social media were begging, were clamoring for Carmella. Carmella, a woman on Smackdown Live who has absolutely no momentum to cash in her Money in the Bank. Clearly as a joke, fools. But I mean, this show is absolutely mind-boggling ridiculous in moments, and this was one of those moments, no doubt. Roman Reigns is brutally attacked, or ambushed, like WWE says, by Brock Lesnar here tonight on Raw. I have the segment right here for you. Let's play it right now on your Raw review. If my phone will work here, that's perfect. Here we are.
Braun Strowman entered the Tag Team Battle Royal without a partner. And he won without a partner. So with that in mind, I have to come up with what I'm going to do about Braun Strowman and...
So Kurt Angle is going on with his business on Raw, and Reigns shows up.
Reigns is here live.
But he's suspended. What a rebel.
Where's Brock at? I was told that he's running a little bit late. You're going to have him in 3 weeks. You will have Brock Lesnar in the palm of your hands at WrestleMania 34. Do you understand me? Well, Kurt, I do understand, but I still don't care.
Oh my God, what a rebel. He's such a badass.
This is Dallas, Texas.
Cheap pop.
And I've made a whole bunch of memories up in here, huh? And I'm not leaving this ring until I make one more tonight.
So they sent out the U.S. Marshals. So Roman Reigns lets himself be handcuffed as one of these idiots is reading Roman Reigns the right to remain silent, all this crap. So Roman lets himself be handcuffed, but the moment one of these guys touches him, oh, it's over. That's going to piss Reigns off. One of them tries to put his arms on him, or his hands on his arm, to usher him out of the ring. And Reigns, oh, that's breaking the law in Roman country, in the Roman Empire. So he starts elbowing them and smashing on them with his fists. Some stiff shots, might I add. And Brock Lesnar comes out as Roman Reigns is handcuffed. WWE chooses the correct opportunity to have Brock Lesnar come out. Tries to hit Lesnar with the chair. German. Brutal assault from a chair. I'm going to stop the segment there because the segment's pretty much over after that. It's pretty much me just explaining to you what happened. So he gets brutally assaulted with the chair, takes an F5. the EMTs come out with the stretcher, which that makes absolutely no sense at all. One moment you're sending out U.S. Marshals to arrest a suspended WWE superstar, and within 6 or 7 minutes, you're sending EMTs out there because he's badly hurt. Oh my god. What sense does that make? What sense does that make? He's beating up security guards, or not security guards, actually U.S. Marshals. Isn't that like breaking the law or some crap? Roman Reigns should be in jail. Roman Reigns should be in jail. He just beat up U.S. Marshals. But no, they're sending EMTs out there to help him recuperate. Oh my god. Poor Roman. Poor Roman. I'd love to see WWE. They could have taken this so much farther. I would have loved to see them take Roman Reigns to the hospital, have Lesnar go to the hospital where Reigns is at and beat the crap out of him like Stone Cold did to Vince McMahon. That would have been hilarious. I would have loved to see that. That would have made this gold. WWE didn't decide to take it that far, clearly, but I mean, pathetic. Absolutely pathetic. I mean, oh my god, Roman Reigns is handcuffed and he's being attacked by Lesnar. What a cheap shot. This is when Lesnar decides to come out. Oh my god. What a heel. I mean, what am I supposed to tell you, bro? What am I supposed to tell you? This is what WWE's been trying to do for weeks. It's the same crap. It's the same goddamn crap. I would just like it if what you didn't contradict itself. How are you sending out U.S. Marshals to arrest him one moment, and then the next moment you have EMTs out there and medical personnel out there at the helm to help him? What sense does that make? And WWE tried to make it like they favor Brock Lesnar, like Brock Lesnar is Vince McMahon's boy, even though we know that it's Roman Reigns who's Vince McMahon's boy. And this segment is a pathetic attempt, or it's a great example of how Roman Reigns is the one who's Vince McMahon's boy. They're clearly trying to get sympathy on the big dog, but they spewed this line onto commentary. Michael Cole was like, you had U.S. Marshals out there trying to arrest Roman Reigns. You should have them out there trying to arrest Brock Lesnar. This is a savaging assault. Roman Reigns is defenseless. What type of line is that? What type of line is that, bro? Absolutely ridiculous stuff from WWE. But then again, what can I tell you? What can I tell you? Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, moving on from that travesty of a segment, what even happened here tonight on Monday Night Raw? We went to the women's segment on Raw, and it was Alexa Bliss out here talking about Nia Jax, bro. So, Alexa Bliss, I mean, what did she even have to say? What did she even have to say on Nia Jax? Let me see if I can find the segment here. Where the hell is it? She's out there with Mickie James, and she had a match against Asuka here tonight. Nothing special, might I add, in this matchup with Asuka. Absolutely, unremarkable stuff. And Alexa Bliss is supposed to be this great in-ring competitor, this great women's champion. She's not even, or at least in a long time, she hasn't done anything notable in the ring. Last time Alexa Bliss did something notable in the ring was against Sasha Banks in the summer of 2017. It's been more than 6 months since Alexa has done anything of note inside that ring. And might I add, she did it inside that ring with Sasha Banks. Sasha Banks, if you think about it, has brought mostly every woman on that roster to their best matchup. Asuka, best matchup on the main roster to date against Sasha Banks. Bayley, best matchup ever with Sasha Banks at NXT TakeOver Brooklyn. Alexa Bliss, her best matchup against Sasha Banks back in the summer. Becky Lynch, what's her best matchup against Sasha Banks? Charlotte probably hasn't had a good matchup since facing Sasha Banks in that rivalry with her on Monday Night Raw. Yet, Sasha Banks, or Alexa Bliss rather, is your women's champion going into WrestleMania, and Sasha Banks is stuck on the sidelines probably going into a women's battle royal, which means nothing at WrestleMania. That is ridiculous. That is an absolutely ridiculous statistic. I mean, Asuka, supposed to be one of the great in-ring competitors, and I believe that she is. Asuka puts in great matches, but in there with Alexa Bliss, she didn't do anything too special here tonight. I don't necessarily think that's Asuka's fault. I do not necessarily think that is Asuka's fault. I mean, nothing too remarkable to be seen here tonight, but Alexa Bliss, I thought she was going to kiss up to Nia in this segment here tonight. Did actually the opposite of that, surprisingly. And Alexa Bliss, actually, she was shitting on Nia. She was like, I should have done this sooner. I feel like I just lifted a 400 or 300 pound weight off my shoulder. Absolutely ridiculous cheap shot right there. I mean, they're so defensive about you cannot fat shame these women and you have to treat women with respect, and this is a women's evolution, women's revolution. Every phrase in the bank for women's revolution, evolution. We're changing the game in the women's division and how women are perceived in sports all around. But you're taking the first opportunity that you have to fat shame Nia Jax on your own television programming. I mean, that's real classy, WWE. I'll tell you that much. Holy crap. Holy crap. Anyways, Alexa Bliss, she talked shit about Nia Jax here tonight on Raw. Went into a matchup with Asuka. Nothing too special to see here at all, might I tell you, bro. I mean, Asuka versus Alexa Bliss was nothing too amazing. Actually, let me read to you what Bliss said. Bliss says she got carried away in the moment and said some things she shouldn't have, and there's nothing else to say, but she's sorry. Bliss says she sincerely apologizes, but the boos continue from the crowd as I get an ad here off the website that I'm reading off, Wrestling Inc. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me, bro? Anyways, we continue on here. Alexa Bliss. Where's Alexa Bliss? Here it is. She says that she's sincerely sorry. Bliss sincerely apologizes, but the boos continue. She sincerely apologizes that she didn't speak the truth sooner. Let's be honest, Bliss doesn't apologize, and the word sorry isn't in her vocabulary. She has no remorse. She says Jax was humiliated in front of the entire world, and Bliss loved every second of it. Mickey laughed it up. Bliss says she's never liked Nia. She used Nia. She likes that line and repeats it so Nia can understand it, calling Nia dumb for some reason. Bliss goes on dissing Jax and thanks Mickey for letting her vent because she feels much better. Bliss says she feels like dead weight has been lifted off her, like she just dropped 300 pounds of pathetic loser. Fans boo Bliss, tells them to save their boos for someone who cares. Bliss says now that she's done with Jax, she can do what she's meant to do, end Asuka's undefeated streak. So the music hits, Asuka comes out, they put on a less than impressionable match, to say the least, and Asuka wins by countout. So this was very impactful. Anyways, after the matchup, Nia Jax came running down, you notice, and Bliss throws Mickie James into Nia Jax. So that just goes to show you the personality that Alexa Bliss is. Wasn't Mickie James and Alexa Bliss feuding last year? I believe, like, wasn't it October and they were having a singles match on pay-per-view or something? What pay-per-view was that? I think TLC. They had a matchup against each other, didn't they? Alexa Bliss or at No Mercy. One of those pay-per-views, it was Mickie James versus Alexa Bliss. Now they're all buddy-buddy again? Mickie James decides to be dumb just because you need her to fit that role? You've got to be kidding me, bro. Absolutely ridiculous. You have Alexa being a shitty friend and betraying Nia, but you have Mickie James, who she shit-talked just as much as she did Nia, on her side. What sense does that make? You're making Mickie James, this respected legend who we're supposed to be all invested in, come across as a buffoon. My God. What happens on this show is absolutely ridiculous. This show here tonight was awful, if you haven't already gotten the picture. And we're on the road to WrestleMania, so that's already pathetic enough, might I add. Anyways, Nia Jax tramples Mickie. Jax chases Bliss, grabs her before she could hop the barricade, but Mickie comes from behind and starts attacking Nia. She gets thrown into the LED ring apron, right? And that allows Alexa to escape. And they do one of these corny things where Nia runs after Alexa, but they go into the commentators after, and they're never to be seen again. What happened there? Did Nia ever catch up to Alexa? I guess not. This company is absolutely ridiculous. Anyways, Kurt Angle, he's on the phone. When Alexa Bliss storms in, she wants Nia suspended. No, she wants Nia arrested. Angle says he has had enough arrests tonight and is tired of people telling him what to do. He's also not happy about Alexa's insults at Jax because his daughter and other girls around the world heard her. Angle says the Raw Women's Champion should be a role model. So he makes Jax versus Bliss at WrestleMania 34, as if it wasn't predictable enough. Clearly, this was going to happen. No remarkable announcement here. It's just confirming the inevitable, and quite frankly, I'm not too excited about the inevitable. This matchup, to be honest, deserves to be on the pre-show. It will save me time, because you can put as much storyline emphasis and you can make this matchup as grand as you want it to be. At the end of the day, it's going to be a shitty caliber match. Nia has not done anything remarkable in the ring except with, and this name keeps coming back up for some reason, except with Sasha Banks. The only good match Nia has really had is with Sasha Banks. Alexa, who isn't that remarkable in the ring to say the least, and Nia Jax, whose styles do not mesh whatsoever. Nia probably isn't even used to the role of being a babyface in the ring. She's been a heel her entire career. She's a big, dominant woman. What pace is this matchup going to take? I know Nia isn't going to be flying around quickly like a cruiserweight. Is Alexa going to be on offense the entire time? Reasonably, how long is this matchup even going to go? I don't think this matchup is going to be on the main card at all. It should not be. It would be a waste of time. These two styles of these women do not mesh. I don't care how best friendly they are in real life. I don't care how great their relationship is. I don't care how many followers they have on social media and whatever the hell, and how many supporters they have. This matchup just doesn't deserve to be on the main card. Especially not over a Sasha versus Bayley, which should have been the matchup for the championship. But that's an argument for another day. There are reports coming out that Sasha versus Bayley isn't even going to happen. Anyways, Braun Strowman. We move on to Braun Strowman on this show. And nothing really progresses here tonight as far as Braun's situation goes. We know he needs to find the partner. There are multiple rumors for what that can be. Elias, Samoa Joe. Elias, who doesn't have anything to do at WrestleMania. I think he got to get on that WWE. Samoa Joe, who's injured. I don't know if he's cleared. Nobody knows if he's cleared yet for WrestleMania. He missed WrestleMania last year for absolutely no reason, if you ask me. It'd be a shame if he missed WrestleMania again this year because of a foot injury, which realistically never should have even happened. So I'd like to see him be on the WrestleMania card as well. Putting him with Braun Strowman would be a decent idea, but you think of it, who's going to take down that tag team ever? They're going to have to be tag team champions for like 3 years or some crap like that. So it's going to be interesting. It would be interesting to see what would even happen if that was the scenario. But Elias and Braun Strowman, they've been feuding. It would make sense to put the unlikely couple, the odd duo of Braun Strowman and Elias with each other and seeing what comes out. That's a rumor. There were some other names rumored as well. I forget what they are, but I mean, you can realistically team anybody with Braun Strowman. It's going to be probably a good match, entertaining. But tonight we saw Cesaro versus Braun Strowman in singles competition. They had a promo segment, and Braun Strowman was pretty much saying, I'm going to kick your ass. I can do this alone if I want to, but I need to find the partner, blah, 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 blah. Cesaro and Sheamus come out saying, you can't beat us alone. Yeah, you can't even beat us with the tag team partner. We're the greatest tag team in the world, blah, 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 blah. So Cesaro and Sheamus, Braun Strowman says he has a match against one of them here tonight. Cesaro and Sheamus, they're pretty much like debating who should go at it. Both of them get ready. And Sheamus pretty much swerves Cesaro. And Cesaro is the one who goes into the matchup with Braun Strowman. Nothing special here whatsoever. This was an alright matchup. Nothing remarkable at all to be seen here. It was pretty much a monster handling, like Corey Graves likes to say, from Braun Strowman again here tonight. Cesaro got in some offense. I love to see that swinging mid-rope uppercut from Cesaro, but that's pretty much the slightest of offense he was getting off of interferences from Sheamus, clearly. But it was a power slam when Cesaro came off the top rope, and the matchup was over. So that's all I got to say about that. Didn't impress me. I'm interested to see who Braun Strowman's partner is going to be. Beyond that, as far as Braun Strowman squashing the tag team division last week in the Battle Royal, who cares? The tag team division was dead to begin with, and it's Braun Strowman who's already over as hell to begin with. Speaking of, WWE is doing some terrible job and trying to make this tag team division somewhat legitimate, I guess. It was the Revival versus Titus Worldwide. The Revival at this point in the game, when you saw them debut in the WWE, or on the main roster, I should say, in 2016. Was it in 2016? Or last year in 2017. Yes, 2017. When you saw them debut last year and they went down with injury, you said, alright, they'll come back in time for WrestleMania. We'll see them in a program. Nope, WWE has completely buried and tarnished the Revival. And now, here tonight, after beating Titus Worldwide in a meaningless match, they declare themselves the first entrants into the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. So not only is the Revival being casted to one of the worst places you can be on WrestleMania, they're confirming pretty much that there's going to be two, not just one, but two Battle Royals at WrestleMania. That sounds absolutely god-awful. So it's going to be the Women's Battle Royal and the, of course, Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Who gives a crap? The Revival being wasted on Monday Night Raw. A damn shame. Before that, actually, forgot to mention this. We get a video of Matt Hardy and his platoon at the Hardy compound. Matt tells Senior Benjamin to prepare the battle for annihilation. They show more vignettes like that throughout the night. Pretty entertaining stuff right there. But we move on here tonight on the show. What do we even move on to? I think we move on to John Cena's segment. Am I correct there? I'm not sure. Actually, no. We don't move on to that. For some reason, it cut off here. Let me see what I can get. Let's go to Bleacher Report. I was on Wrestling Inc. Let's go to Bleacher Report. This is all live right now on your Monday Night Raw review, right? What the hell they got right here on Bleacher Report? What were we even up to? What were we even up to here? That's right. We went to Sasha Banks and Bayley versus Absolution. Oh, my God. Absolute. I don't even know why that's a team anymore. I mean, it just goes to show you Sonya Deville, who has a pretty bright future. I like her. I like Sonya. She was brought up too fast. Saw her on Lillian Garcia's podcast. She has a great story, great personality. Brought up too fast from NXT. Brought up too fast from NXT. And brought up at a time where Ronda Rousey is showing up with the MMA gimmick. That's what she is, an MMA fighter. That's what Ronda Rousey was, a legit badass. What am I supposed to believe Sonya Deville is going to add to this women's division as far as legitimacy goes? I don't believe shit in Sonya Deville. Anyways, Sasha Banks versus Bayley. We saw a pretty intriguing promo between these two women. And I thought the turn was going to happen here tonight. I mean, there's 3 weeks till WrestleMania at this point. 3 weeks. What else are you going to go towards, bro? What else are you going to go towards? And WWE just leaves it. They just leave it. No turn. Sasha Banks doesn't turn heel. They teased the hell out of it. It sounded like they were going to go into a one-on-one match by the looks of what they did here. But none of that, absolutely none of that, was the case. They just went into their tag team matchup. There was tension between the two women, and nothing else came out of that. Bayley is still angry at Sasha Banks from what she did to her at the Elimination Chamber. Here's a segment. Some wooden acting, I'll give that to you. Bayley's not that great on the mic, but realistically, WWE continues to stall what should be a singles matchup at WrestleMania. Sasha Banks versus Bayley, but it looks like this is all going to transpire in that WrestleMania Women's Battle Royal from one line that Sasha Banks drops here. Here it is.
I was taught when you have a problem with somebody, you don't run away from it. Nor do you go to the back and talk about them behind their backs. You confront them and talk about it face to face. Bayley, you're my best friend. And whatever is going on between us, I swear to you, I want to fix it. I know at Elimination Chamber I hurt your feelings, but you have to understand, that was every woman for themselves.
And that's a great point. Didn't seem like it when we were watching the Elimination Chamber.
I was trying to go out there and win the Raw Women's Championship, just like I intend to go on to WrestleMania and win the Women's Battle Royal. But you weren't trying to win anything when you refused to tag me in after Elimination Chamber. Nor were you trying to be my friend when you walked out on me last week and left me high and dry. That was twice. 2 times you left me, Bayley. But since I'm the bigger person and I consider you as my sister, I forgive you. The night after Elimination Chamber in our tag match, I was angry and I acted impulsively. Maybe I could have cost us our match, but I didn't. And the following week, I didn't cost you your match. I actually helped you win. And when the match was done, I took off. It's because I can't get over what you did to me at the Elimination Chamber. It's not even about what you did, Sasha. It's how you did it. Trust me, I get it. You know me better than anybody. You know how I am in that locker room. You know how we are, and I get it. I know you do what you have to do to win your matches. But the look on your face after you did it, the glare in your eyes and the smirk that you had, it ate at my core. You literally grabbed my hand and you kicked me down that pod and you watched me fall. And you smiled. I can't get that picture out of my head. You're supposed to be my best friend. So why was knocking me down so easy, like it meant nothing?
So after that absolution came out and pretty much spoiled the party for Bayley and Sasha, but I mean, you had that tension there. You feel that tension even if there's wooden acting and wooden delivery there from Bayley, because clearly it's scripted and you can't really sell something that's scripted that well, especially if you don't have that much time to prepare for it like these women don't, and they're not professionally trained actors either, might I add. But I mean, these women, realistically, they should be going into WrestleMania for that Raw Women's Championship, and it seems like they're gonna go into that Battle Royal, and they're not gonna be highlighted at all. And even if they do get a singles matchup, where's that singles match gonna be highlighted? The pre-show. The pre-show. And what are they going to get? Maybe on the pre-show they'll get like 20 minutes. What will they get if they're on the main show? Which I doubt they'd even make it. I don't even think this match is making it to WrestleMania. And if it does, what makes me think that it's going to be on the main show? That's going to take a real miracle if you ask me. Anyways, I mean, absolutely ridiculous that these women aren't being highlighted, because realistically, they're doing some good stuff. They're great in the ring. They can relive that magic. WWE is making the feud at least something or somewhat what we like. I'm just surprised we haven't seen a turn yet. That means next week, if Sasha turns, we're only going to get 1 week before WrestleMania to see a heel Sasha Banks. Why wouldn't you have capitalized on that this week? Well, you had the perfect opportunity. Sasha and Bayley lost. Instead, you just went to the next segment. What's the deal with that? What is the deal with that? Anyways, miscommunication leads them to lose. I think Sasha wouldn't stop attacking Mandy Rose, and that allowed Bayley to be rolled up, or that actually cost Bayley the win because she was rolling up Sonya Deville, and it was a 3 count, and that led to the Absolution win right there. So, realistically, I don't think WWE is going to execute it, and that's a damn shame because these two women can do some great stuff. But we move on to the segment with John Cena hyping up The Undertaker coming back and all this great stuff, right? But it all is a sham, and it's because the return of somebody who I really, really didn't want to come back. Here it is. John Cena incites the wrath of, let me not spoil it for you, blank, after insulting The Undertaker.
As long as there is a WWE, the name Undertaker has meaning. Well, get ready and hold on to your seats, because The Undertaker's response to my challenge at WrestleMania is nothing. And that is the biggest mistake The Undertaker has ever made. I said it last week and I meant it. I do not mind going to WrestleMania as a fan. I would love to go to WrestleMania as The Undertaker's opponent. But for that dude to not be able to get off his ass and give me a yes or no, that is damn disrespectful. It is disrespectful to me. But more importantly, it is disrespectful to each and every one of you. You see, folks, without you guys, there's no streak. There is no rest in peace, and it damn sure ain't no Undertaker. So, Mr. Undertaker, after all of these people have given you everything they have, you can't find it to give them a yes or a no? Dude, if you're retired, say no and be retired, and everybody in here understands. But if you're not retired, damn it, man, say yes and give the world what they want to see. But what do? You sit there and drown in your own insecurity. You are not the God that they made you. You are the man you've allowed yourself to become. And that man, Undertaker, is a coward. The Undertaker is a coward. You hear that? There it is. The exact moment you let everybody down who ever believed in you. Undertaker, you are not a god, and right now you should barely be able to call yourself a man.
And who does that bring out? I felt like I had an aneurysm, a seizure, or at the very least, a very bad nightmare. Because this man was back on my television screen. How you follow a promo like that? A tease of The Undertaker with Kane? Oh, God. Yes or no? Kane chokeslams John Cena. I'm cutting this crap short. I like how John Cena is humanizing The Undertaker, because if it is the last, if this is going to be a retirement angle for The Undertaker, if that's what we're leading to here, then, I mean, that's something we've never seen. We've never seen The Undertaker humanized, and if there's a time to do it, The Undertaker's retirement is a time to do it. His last feud is the time to do it. But to bring out Kane at the defense of The Undertaker, I mean, are you kidding me? When was the last time Kane and The Undertaker even had anything to do with each other? Now you're bringing up the brother thing, right? They're brothers, and it's going to be Kane versus John Cena next week. Oh my God, bro. Who wants to see that? Kane looks so out of shape. Oh my Lord, he looked terrible. I mean, you're hyping up Kane versus John Cena next week in 2018. That's an exciting matchup. No, it's not. My only concern here is there's going to be 2 weeks left to WrestleMania. There's going to be 2 Monday Night Raws left for WrestleMania next week. You're going to build this Undertaker versus John Cena thing in 2 weeks? We're going to see The Undertaker for the first time in 2 weeks? For 2 weeks of build, that's it? That's absolutely ridiculous if you ask me. I'm predicting that they're going to have the match, Cena's going to win, and Taker's going to come out, and we're going to see whatever we need to see. But as far as Kane coming out, I am not impressed. I'm the farthest thing from impressed. I wanted to goddamn jump off a building. My balls sunk in. Everything went wrong when Kane appeared on this television screen. And it's everything wrong with Monday Night Raw. It's 2018. Kane coming out is not exciting at all. Anyways. To wrap things up here, the final segment, nothing happened here. It was a 6-man tag between the Balor Club and the Miz Taraj. Miz cut a promo before this pretty much saying how he wasn't on the cover of a magazine or whatever the hell, and he's the Intercontinental Champion. Same shit we hear from Miz every week. He needs to lose the title to Balor. I mean, Rollins, he'll be drafted to Smackdown after WrestleMania, and he'll be either challenging for Universal Championships or WWE titles. But as far as Finn Balor goes, that title has been on The Miz for way too long, and Finn Balor needs something. He needs a title to make him, to boost him into relevancy, and the Intercontinental title needs to be on a babyface, somebody who's going to defend that title, going to put on great matches, and Finn Balor is the exact person to do that. But as far as giving me a 6-man tag on Monday Night Raw, if you think I care, you're absolutely ridiculous in that regard. Who won? The Balor Club won. I think Balor rolled up The Miz. Why is your Intercontinental Champion being rolled up on Monday Night Raw? Then you wonder why I say this show is trash. Why is he being pinned before WrestleMania? Great Intercontinental Champion you have there, WWE. Anyways, after the matchup, Seth Rollins came out. He helped out Finn Balor, who was being attacked by the Miz Taraj. And they stood tall in the ring, I guess. Who cares? That's going to be all for Monday Night Raw. Not a great show in any regards here tonight on Monday Night Raw. I enjoyed the final deletion, I can tell you that much. But this show, besides that, was Monday Night Raw. What does that mean? It was absolutely terrible. For now, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to be all right here on Ringside Wrestling. I hope you enjoyed each and every single thing that you heard here. You guys excited for next week? John Cena versus Kane. Let's do it. More Roman Reigns being shoved down our throat. I am so excited. That is sarcasm in case you didn't get it. Make sure to like, make sure to comment, make sure to subscribe, because for now, this has been Joel Perez of Ringside Wrestling Entertainment, and for now, I am out of here. Thank you very, very much for watching this video. I'll see you next time right here on Ringside Wrestling.